Live from Chicago, this is Fox 32 News at 9.
And thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Scott Schneider.
I'm Dawn Hasbrook. Let's check the weather.
Chief Meteorologist Emily Walls has our first forecast.
And we had temperatures today that actually tagged 40 degrees at O'Hare. Most areas were stuck in the 30s today, but all of us, or at least most of us, are going to be in the 40s tomorrow, and all of us will definitely be in the 40s by Thursday. So we have a really nice warming trend that's going to be taking shape here in the next few days. Forecast low temperatures tonight ranging from the upper 20s to low 30s. Your out-the-door forecast for Wednesday looking pretty good. Temperatures going to warm up into the mid-30s by about 10 a.m. Skies are going to be partly sunny tomorrow. And then looking at temperatures, we're in the mid to upper 40s by Thursday, but it's coming along with rain. Those details coming up.
No fear, no hate, no ice in our state. No fear, no hate, no ice in our state.
Immigrant rights activists from across the area speaking out today as the Trump administration once again ramps up immigration enforcement here in Chicago. Border Patrol Chief Gregory Bovino back on the ground as well, and that is causing growing frustration and fear tonight in Little Village.
Residents worry about what this return means for their families, their local businesses, and their already struggling community. Leslie Moreno is live in Little Village with more. Leslie.
John, Scott, good evening. Yeah, this is certainly not the news this Little Village community was hoping for. Families were looking forward to celebrating Christmas and slowly recovering. Instead, they're now bracing for what they fear could come next. Just as things were finally starting to feel somewhat normal, the Little Village community is once again clouded by fear. Border Patrol Chief Gregory Bovino is back in Chicago, this time with 200 agents.
That's an illegal arrest. You have no warrants.
On Tuesday morning, Bovino was seen on the southwest side near 33rd and Ridgeway. Agents dressed in tactical gear detained at least one person. The return has left many feeling overwhelmed.
It's disheartening, especially because, like I mentioned, I grew up here, so I always saw people. Like the streets are always bustling, right? It's just like if you've been to the Magnificent Mile, it was very similar here. Now it's like there's no one here.
Bovino is no stranger to the city. He previously spent more than 2 months leading Operation Midway Blitz before leaving Chicago in mid-November.
If you shoot anyone, you are violating court orders.
Federal officials say the operation is far from over. Local business owners say the timing couldn't be worse.
When they left, people start coming out a little bit slowly.
Many still recovering from the economic impact of earlier raids, and with the holiday season approaching, they fear another slowdown.
They're scared, they're afraid, and I don't know, people don't want to go out, even in the mall. People don't want to go shopping.
And it's a drop in sales too, right?
Yeah, the business is going down. And I think it's for everyone, not just in here.
And during a press conference earlier this evening, community advocates say a total of 15 people were detained today. For now, reporting in Little Village, Leslie Moreno, Fox 32, Chicago.
And now to a troubling case out of Kane County, where prosecutors say a doctor sexually assaulted a teenager at a local hotel.
He has since been fired from Advocate Sherman Hospital in Elgin. Casey Cronis has more on what are disturbing allegations.
Prosecutors in Kane County say the victim has an intellectual disability and was followed into a public restroom before being assaulted. 33-year-old Trevor Roston is a doctor and was working as a hospitalist for Advocate Sherman in Elgin when officials say in late November he was staying at an area hotel and sexually assaulted a 16-year-old, allegedly following the victim into a restroom near the hotel pool, locking the door and sexually abusing them.
This is not the first time he's done this. The first time you get caught is almost never the first time you've done it. The second thing is it speaks to the deviousness of a predator like that who, predators look for the weakest. They look for prey, thus the name.
Retired FBI Special Agent Steve Lazarus says predators often look for vulnerable victims.
It just kind of goes to the sheer evil of these types of people.
Roston has since been fired and is now facing several felony charges. Kane County prosecutors say Roston, who is certified in pediatrics, worked with adult patients at the hospital. They don't believe Roston knew the teen and say the teen was not a former patient. Lazarus recently posted a now viral video with tips on how to protect yourself and your family while staying at a hotel, and shares some of that advice with us, starting with keeping your room number to yourself and using the building's main entrance. And if you think you are being followed,
create and keep distance between you and them. And yes, that's where noise comes in, blaring noise. If you've got a siren, if you want to start screaming, some people say that screaming fire will get you more attention than screaming help.
In a statement, a spokesperson for Advocate Sherman Hospital couldn't say much, but did share they are deeply disturbed by the charges. A judge ordered that Roston be kept behind bars until his next court hearing on December 29th. If you or a loved one needs support, Reign's National Sexual Assault Hotline can be reached at 1-800-656-HOPE. In the studio, Casey Cronus, Fox 32, Chicago.
Several neighbors in North Park are demanding the city take action on a homeless camp.
It comes after several fires and explosions in the middle of Legion Park. Chicago's Brett Bagansky shows you what neighbors in the Park District are proposing as a solution.
This is cell phone video from a neighbor showing what she described as an explosion and fire at a homeless camp inside Legion Park in the North Park neighborhood on October 28th, and just feet away from homes.
Which I do. I mean, I do have a heart, and I'm a human being, and I feel for them on a human level.
You see the damage, as well as firefighters carrying out a propane tank, something neighbors say they see often at this homeless camp.
It's been really hard having them live right in our backyard. It's just lots of garbage.
Ellen isn't the only one. Justin Gumaran described many close calls with fires and explosions where he no longer feels comfortable with his kids playing in his own backyard.
I'm a person, and we still are subject to explosions, and we can escape, but there's nothing we can do to stop them.
In September, the city intervened by clearing the encampment because of what officials called unsafe structures and several dangerous fires. Neighbors told me they've reached out to the city with their own solution, setting minimum distances between the camp and their homes because of these fires. The Chicago Park District got back to me saying they're looking at the neighbors' proposal about establishing a minimum distance between the homeless encampment and their homes. But they also said by early next year, they're going to be enforcing and cracking down on their own code here at Legion Park, specifically making sure that no other homeless encampments reestablish themselves.
Problem is the wheels are turning too slowly. Supposedly those rules may be approved by the end of this year. Is that going to happen? I don't know.
As we get into colder days, neighbors are worried about what could happen if the city doesn't intervene. In North Park, Brett Bagansky, Fox 32 Chicago.
The man convicted of killing a Chicago police officer has been sentenced.
He will serve life in prison for killing Andres Vasquez Lasso. A judge sentenced 21-year-old Steven Montano to life after a week-long trial that included emotional testimony, body cam video, and the defendant taking the stand in his own defense.
It was just an effort to get away and not be caught with a gun and go to jail. And how do you change a mindset by a life sentence? I mean, he had 3 of his gangbanger friends sitting in the back of the room. Nothing's changed.
The jury reached a guilty verdict in less than 2 hours back in July, rejecting the second-degree murder option. Jurors heard from more than a dozen witnesses, including Officer Andres Vasquez Lasso's widow, and watched body cam video capturing the deadly encounter from March of 2023. Montano testified he was afraid of police and did not intend to shoot the officer. Prosecutors argued Officer Vasquez Lasso was shot 5 times while responding to a domestic disturbance call. The president of the Fraternal Order of Police addressed the lasting loss the officer's family will carry forever.
It's a loss they'll never get over. And she said Andres was the breadwinner for the family. He took care of not only his wife, but his mother, his sister, his niece, and that hole's gone forever. Not just the financial component, but the moral support, the camaraderie. It's just, and Hispanic families are very, very close, and that's just something that's never going to be replaced.
Montano was under the age of 21 at the time of the shooting, so state law allows him to be eligible for parole after 40 years. With time served, he could seek parole in roughly 38.
Up next, the latest on the investigation into the son of Rob Reiner.
Plus, could Pope Leo be calling up a hometown pal for an important position in New York?
Two days after Hollywood director Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle were found stabbed to death inside their Brentwood home, Rob's son Nick Reiner is charged with their murders. The district attorney in Los Angeles announcing today that because of the nature of the crime and the fact that there are multiple victims, this case falls under special circumstances, meaning Reiner potentially faces California's death penalty. Reiner was a no-show in court today and still must face arraignment before the case can move forward. His lawyer explaining his absence in court.
Every single inmate goes through a medical clearance before they can be transported to court. Every one of them. Okay. And that's a process. It's just a procedural issue. And he has not yet been medically cleared. So we will be here hopefully tomorrow.
Now, Rob and Nick Reiner allegedly argued at a party hosted by Conan O'Brien on Saturday night, just hours before Rob and his wife Michelle were reportedly stabbed to death.
New Tonight reports that Pope Leo is considering a big promotion for a bishop out of Joliet. Pope Leo will appoint Bishop Ronald Hicks as the next Archbishop of New York. The Pope is expected to accept the resignation this week of the current Archbishop of New York, Cardinal Timothy Dolan, who reached the mandatory retirement age of 75. Sources, including our sister station in New York, are reporting the change will happen in a couple of days. Hicks is currently the head of the Diocese of Joliet, and according to their website, which I found, he was born in Harvey, Illinois, and grew up in South Holland.
It's a nice promotion.
It is. Nice to have local guys up there, right?
Yes.
Hi, Emily. Let's check our forecast and those temps that are getting better.
Yes, temperatures getting better and better by the day. In fact, today we ended up seeing a high of 40 degrees at O'Hare, 36 in Aurora, 39 degrees at the Chicago lakefront. Same thing at Midway, 36 degrees in Chicago Heights. Same thing in Valparaiso, made it to 37 in Morris and Kankakee. 5-day forecast here, lower 40s for tomorrow, mid to upper 40s expected on Thursday, but then a very strong cold front comes through, and that's going to take us from the upper 40s down to the mid-teens by Friday morning, and then we only rebound into the upper 20s. So below average conditions to round out this work week. But this weekend, things look pretty good. We're back up to the 30s, the 40s, way better than what we were dealing with this past weekend. And even looking beyond that, so taking us through the week of Christmas, this is your temperature outlook from the 22nd through the 26th. And we're strongly favored to see the warmer than average temperatures likely continuing across the region. So this is a weather pattern that we've been seeing for quite some time, that the first half of December was going to be cooler than average. Second half, we start to see a warming pattern. And that's exactly what's already beginning to take shape. But it looks like it could be sticking around right on through the end of the year. The radar right now, couple spotty showers nearby. Nothing really overhead at this point. But there's a weak little disturbance that's moving through. You can see this here. And that's going to continue to work its way off toward the east-southeast. But again, a couple spotty showers could be possible. More than anything, I think most of us are just going to be seeing increasing cloud cover along with this tonight. And then tomorrow we're going to be partly sunny. We'll wake up to temperatures that are going to be in the upper 20s to low 30s. And then through the day tomorrow, things look fine. We're going to be in the low 40s, partly sunny skies. By Thursday, that's when our strong cold front begins to approach the area. It's going to come through during the morning, accompanied by quite a bit of rain. So we have a 100% chance of rain that's going to be here Thursday morning through the midday hours. After that, we're going to begin to largely dry out. But you'll see that any leftover showers are going to likely transition over to snow shower activity because temperatures, again, on the backside of that cold front, it's going to get pretty chilly pretty quickly. For tonight, 31 degrees at O'Hare. Most suburbs, especially the far west, the far southern sections, I think you're looking at upper 20s tonight and wind chill temperatures that are likely going to be in the low to mid 20s. 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, 42, 47. We have rain in store for us on Thursday. And then on Friday, it's cold, but it's just kind of a one-day deal. We're back up to the 40s. And of course, we have a big game taking place Saturday evening. Yeah, at Soldier Field. And temperatures looking not so bad. We're going to be in the low 40s during the day. Of course, during the evening, dropping down pretty quickly into the 30s. But compared to
Sunday,
last weekend's game, you know, I think we're in good shape.
We're used to this.
Yeah, we can handle it.
Thanks, Emily.
And Tino and next in sports, Bulls still searching for answers after dropping 8 of their last 9. Ayo Dosunmu on how they can rediscover their spark in a huge test ahead in the NFC North. Bears turning the page to Green Bay. Cassie Carlson has the latest from Hallis Hall.
You got
Welcome back. Time now for sports. Bears back in the win column and now turn their attention to a crucial division showdown with the Packers. Second meeting between the two teams in just 13 days, and this one comes with a little more on the line. Cassie Carlson with more from Hallis Hall.
The Bears held a walkthrough on Tuesday as they prepare for the Green Bay Packers Saturday night in primetime on a short week. And it's a game where first place in the NFC North is yet again at stake, but also a game Ben Johnson says they don't need any extra motivation for.
There doesn't need to be much of a message here this week. They know. They know what's at stake.
We feel as if we let them off the hook. And, part of that was, us starting slow. Part of that was the explosive plays and allowing something that we've been pretty good at, so far this year for all sides of the ball. And so, we want to go out there and play our brand of football.
It's what you play football for. It's what you dream about, the opportunity to play primetime football, rivalry game, playoff implications, see the implications. You can't stack up. You got two prime QBs, two really good defenses. You can't ask for a better moment.
Coming off one of his best performances of his career against the Browns, Caleb Williams is as confident as ever. But the Bears offense knows it'll have to play well for all four quarters the second time around against Green Bay.
If I play how I played this past game, or if I play better than that, we got a real shot to do whatever we want in this league.
This time the Packers defense won't have their top edge rusher in Micah Parsons, who tore his ACL last week against the Broncos.
I think it's going to be a fun challenge for us. I think it's something that we'll have to go into the game. Obviously, they have their defense and how they run and their system and things like that. And you can't forget they have other good pass rushers.
Went against them a couple times last year, and there's elements of that you take into account. But at this point of the season, it's a really good football team and really good defense.
As the Bears search for their 11th win this season, there are playoff clinching scenarios this weekend. They are in with a win and a Lions loss or tie to the Steelers Sunday afternoon on Fox. They're also in with the tie against Green Bay and a Lions loss. At Hallis Hall, Cassie Carlson, Fox 32 Sports.
Thanks, Cassie. Meanwhile, the Bulls continue to stumble their way through the NBA season, losing 8 out of their last 9. Most recently, a loss to a Pelicans team that's now beaten them twice. Get this, 2 of the Pelicans' few wins this season have come against the Bulls. Their biggest challenge right now, rediscovering their identity as they try to get back to who they were when they opened the season 6-1. Ayo Dosunmu says it all starts with their effort.
Like Coach said, everyone comes in here and shoots. You see after practice, everyone in here shoot. Everyone wants to make shots, right? But you can't control that. But you can control effort, playing hard. We started off 5-0. Not to keep bringing that up because it's over with, but all those games, it was close games. We was playing hard, and I think I get back to that. And that's the main recipe. We're not playing hard enough, and we're not giving ourselves a chance to win. So that's the main thing that I'm harping on. Just everyone playing harder. If you play hard, play harder.
Bulls and Cavs tomorrow at the UC. All right, NHL action. Hawks visiting the Maple Leafs. Chicago had the lead for the first 56 minutes. Then it unraveled. Austin Matthews here ties the game at 2. Then immediately after that, Dakota Joshua beats Spencer Knight. 2 goals in 8 seconds for Toronto. Leafs take a 3-2 lead, and that would be your final score. Hawks drop 3 straight. DePaul loses to St. John's 79-66, while Northwestern makes it back-to-back wins, beating Valparaiso 86-70. Back with more after this final break.
This show
A crowd in the Loop tonight for the menorah lighting. Chabad Center for Jewish Life celebrated the third night of Hanukkah. Community members honor the lives of the 15 people killed during a terrorist attack at a Hanukkah celebration in Australia on Saturday. And at least it wasn't too cold, but they were bundled up out there.
Yeah, you know, it's still chilly out there. The wind is still making a pretty big difference to us. We have temperatures that are sitting in the 30s out there this evening, but once you factor in the breeze, it's feeling more like the 20s. Tomorrow, 42, partly sunny skies on Wednesday. On Thursday, we have rain, especially during the morning, but high temperatures looking great. We're going to be around 47 degrees for your high on Thursday. Strong cold front comes through, though, and then falling temperatures are expected during the evening. We're down to the teens at night. One day cold snap for us on Friday, but Saturday and Sunday looking good. The Bears game looking good. We're going to be in the 40s, but I think by kickoff, we're going to be in the mid-30s.
All right, Emily, thanks. And thanks for watching at 9. Remember, you can catch us anytime on your smart TV with Fox Local. We're on all the streaming platforms. Always start your day with Good Day Chicago. First to North is straight ahead.
Good night.